drill work is over. Now it's time to start building systems that solve interesting problems. For this one, we're going to build part of iTunes, albums and songs. When we think about what we're going to build, sometimes it's helpful to draw pictures. In order to make sure that we all see the same thing in those pictures, we make standards for what they look like. One of those standards is Unified Modeling Language, UML. There are 9 standard types of diagrams in UML. We'll use class diagrams that are used to show the structure of the code. This is a class diagram for the classes you'll build this lab. They represent an album that contains a list of songs. In this diagram, each of the boxes represents one of our classes. The top part is the class name. We'll be building 2 classes, album and song. The middle part of the class box is the instance variables, and the lower part is the methods in that class. In both of these sections, the plus and minus represent visibility. Plus is public and minus is private. So you can see that our instance variables are marked private and the methods are marked public. The methods list the parameters that they have, and for both instance variables and methods, they're followed by a colon and their type. So for example, this line represents a public method named addSong that takes one parameter that is an instance of song, and its return type is void. You could find the specification of the constructors by looking for a method with the same name as the class and no return type, so you find our constructors here. The arrow between the classes shows that one class, the side with the diamond, contains instances of the other class. So our album class will contain songs. The numbers on that line show the multiplicity of that relationship. One album contains n songs. That means an album can contain any number of songs. At this point, you might not be able to picture the code inside those methods, but you should be able to see an image of the basic structure of our classes and their relationships. Let's look at those classes in a little bit more detail. The song class is a lot like the card class from the Deck of Cards lab. Its 2 instance variables are an int containing the length of the song in seconds and a string that is the title of the song. The class has getters for both of these variables. The challenge in this class is the toString, but it only uses things you've seen before.
The album class is going to be a little more challenging. It contains 3 instance variables. The first is a string that is its title. That'll behave just like the title in Song and in Book from Lab 5. It also contains an int that holds the number of songs in the album. The most interesting instance variable is an array of songs. That's interesting enough that I'll spend all of the next video talking about it. The constructor for album takes 2 parameters. The first is the title of the album, and the constructor just saves that in an instance variable. The second is the number of songs the album can hold. The constructor will use that to create the array of songs. Again, I'll show you the details of that in the next video. The methods in album fall into 3 categories. It has 2 getters that return information about the title and the size of the album. It has 3 methods related to songs. AddSong is how we put a song into the album. GetSong is how we get the song that is in a particular position of the album. And getNumber of songs tells us how many songs are in the album.
Compare getNumber of songs to getSize. GetSize is how many songs the album can hold, but getNumber of songs is how many songs it's holding right now.
Finally, it has 2 methods that are related to the whole album. GetDuration returns the album's total playing time in seconds. That will be the sum of the durations of all of the songs in the album. And the album's toString method will be a string that describes the album and all of the songs that it contains.